I'm always looking for a knockout. No matter what, I'm always prepared for 12 rounds. But I'm always looking for a knockout, and if I get the chance, I'm going to try to knock his head off. To be broken. And the fact that even though he's a good fighter, he's never been in the ring with a complete fighter like me. For them, especially the ones who don't know shit about boxing, you can suck it. The hardest punch I ever faced. No. And I ain't shitting on him or nothing like that. He can punch. But Jonathan Okendo, he's from Puerto Rico. Bro, he got bricks in his hands, bro. I lie to you not. He punch hard. I ain't gonna lie.
What's good, fight family? You're back on the channel where legends are made, myths get busted, and nobody pulls a punch. Today's spotlight, Gervonta Tank Davis, Lamont Roach Jr., and a rematch that's bubbling with drama, receipts, and revenge. This ain't your average run back. This one's personal. Let's get into it. Gervonta Davis, 30 fights, 30 wins, 28 knockouts. The man's not just undefeated, he's untouchable.
You know, everybody pushing for the fight. I'm not fighting at 135 no more. I know he probably ain't gonna be at 135 for too long either, but I ain't gonna stay at 135. So we can do something at 140. I'm with it. You know, I'm all go. I'm a green light. So I wish him the best in his next fight.
What is when he fought Frank Martin? Frank Martin was inexperienced and nervous. You know, it is what it is. It's going to be a different fight when I'm in there. He's going to be a different fighter. To be broken. And the fact that even though he's a good fighter, he's never been in the ring with a complete fighter like me. For them, especially the ones who don't know about boxing, you can suck it.
He's shut down names like Ryan Garcia and Leo Santa Cruz, and he put Frank Martin out like a light. So when Martin says Roach is in over his head, people take that seriously. In an interview with Inside the Ropes, Martin called Roach technically sound, but mentally outmatched.
I feel like you got a certain confidence about this fight that I've interviewed a few different Tank opponents. And everybody gonna say like, yeah, you know, everybody say this shit. That's what you're supposed to say, right? Like I'm going into a fight. I don't think people thinking they're gonna lose, but it just feels like you have a different confidence than most other people. Where do you feel like that comes from?
That's just how I'm wired, bro. I ain't never backed down from nothing. I damn sure ain't never wanted to come second to anything. So why would it change? Before Jamil, he was already champ. He was like, I handle that business, man. We, you know, make some money together. So you ain't gotta tell me twice. That's how it's supposed to be. So it's just like all the signs was there. All the signs was there. All I needed was.
Whoa. There's another comparison I don't want to make to Mike Tyson.
Now that's crazy.
He says Tank's not just power, he's patience, precision, and pure punishment. He doesn't rush, Martin said. He waits for you to make one mistake, and then boom, to say it's lights out. But Lamont Roach Jr., he's not hearing it. He's not Frank Martin, and he made that clear.
That first world title, or whatever the case may be, that can put me in that conversation. When he fought Hector, little do a lot of people know, I got the call for that fight too. It was a little crazy, but...
And you ain't heard nothing from the ref? He didn't make no statement?
He ain't make no statement. That was, I ain't gonna lie, man, that was, from him, that's sad.
A lot of times that's what the commissions do though, man. If something bad happened with a ref, they'll protect the referee.
Yeah.
And they'll try to get in front of it, and they'll have a spokesperson come out, and it's like, yeah, that's cool sometimes, but if you drop the ball like that and that affects my legacy, my livelihood, because y'all negotiating for a rematch right now, so.
Roach has been throwing hands since grade school, and he says Tank is just another name on his list. Speaking with Knocked Out Network, Roach said, I've been built for this since day one. Tank's good, but he's never faced a technician like me. I'm not just going to survive. I'm going to expose him.
I was fighting at 130. Obviously, he was already at the championship level. He got catapulted up there by doing what he was supposed to do, knocking everybody out that they put in front of him. Got Floyd behind him. I was, I was on the hush. I was coming up, though. He's a small guy. I knew he wasn't going to go too far. So, and I knew he can rumble. I knew that he'd be as... I'm not surprised at how good he is or what he's done to
To fight Gervonta or Hector first?
to fight Gervonta.
If that
I was
fight
already the
goes
mandatory for Hector. They was looking for opponents for him, or whatever the case may be. It might be on the scramble, whatever the case may be. They didn't get a big fight like they wanted to. So that's why he went to 30 and see if Hector wanted to fight. But I did get the call, though. And, of course, we said yes. We just ain't get a call back.
So y'all was like a backup.
I wouldn't say a backup. You never know how serious it was.
Roach says he's got the tools, footwork, fight IQ, and a chin that doesn't crack. He brought up past wars, saying guys like Miguel Beltran Jr. hit harder than Tank. Trust me, I'm not rattled. Let's rewind to March 1st, their first clash. It ended in a majority draw, but not without controversy.
You know, with certain guys and create great fights at 140.
Man, honestly, you know, the last fight, even the fight before that, you know, before the last fight, I lost, you know, the weight cut, and then just too, you know, I'm getting bigger. You know, I got a lot of muscle. Everybody know that. Just naturally, you know.
In the late rounds, Davis took a knee. Clean moment, should have been ruled a knockdown, but referee Tony Weeks didn't call it. The crowd was stunned. Roach's corner was livid. Even the WBA's president, Gilberto Mendoza, said it should have been scored. Roach didn't mince words. That's robbery in plain sight.
So then, like, when we really started talking business, that's when we started weighing our options for real then. Because I did have something on the table. I had something on the table. So people who think I'm taking this fight for money, that wasn't the thing. Because I actually had an odds higher than the Tank fight.
Oh, for real?
Yes. To defend my belt. So for all the people who think I was, he doing it for a check. That's what I'm saying. I just even wanted to shut people up.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
we're doing
my
it for
thing.
a check. We ain't doing it just for the check.
We ain't doing it just for the check,
for
but
sure.
trust me, because don't forget, this is business.
It's prize fighting. Yeah.
It's prize fighting for a reason.
Absolutely.
But I did have a better offer.
He said on Boxing Real Talk, they gave him superstar treatment. Me? I just got the runaround. And when the commission reviewed the fight, they admitted it. Yes, the knockdown was missed, but the result? It stayed the same. A draw. On paper, anyway. But let's talk about the moment that had everyone talking. Round 6, close clinch. No punches thrown, but a sudden lean from Tank toward Roach's ear. The footage looked sketchy. Roach didn't realize it mid-fight, but after watching it back, he told Sports Corner, that looked like a bite attempt.
They're trying to get that fight more of a, like, oh, it's gonna be a good fight, but no, Roach is a decent fighter, but Tank gonna dog him. Tank gonna dog him.
What do you believe that is?
Because Tank is just too much like.
I don't care what anyone says. Dude looked hungry. Even the live broadcast caught it. The commentary team paused, then blurted out, "Is this a Tyson moment in real time?" The clip went viral. Roach said, "He didn't get me, but if that's not suspect, I don't know what is." And now all eyes on the rematch. Roach is laser focused. No distractions. He's training like it's the last fight of his life.
Overall, being something that he's not been in the ring with. I'm the total package, and honestly, sometimes I think he doubts himself. But I'm a competitor, and I feel like I'm the best. So I'm assured.
When he talks about you not bringing your family, what goes through your mind when you hear him say that?
Weights and all that stuff, you know, I'm just naturally my physique is a strong stature. So I just feel like my last 2 weight cuts was real tough on me. You know, my last fight, I got tired, probably like my legs after getting tired in probably like the 5th round, you know, just from the weight cut and everything. So, shit, I felt like my body shut down in that fight. So I was just like, I'm gonna just move up to 140 and go from there. You know, when I was an amateur, I fought at 141. When I turned professional, I went.
Follow up. A lot's been made about Tank's power. How was his power to you? Was it really like devastating power?
I mean, he got power, you know what I mean? But it's more like he do a great job at landing this big shot. You know, he know how to land that shot. You know, hit guys on the button and just get them up out of there. You know?
Tank, radio silence, no memes, no antics, just tension. And word on the street, if Tank wins this one, there's a monster payday on the horizon. A $40 million showdown with Jake Paul. That's life-changing money. But only if he beats Roach. So the stakes couldn't be higher. Legacy, redemption, and a shot at generational wealth.
35, and I was gonna work my way back up, but I feel like I'm gonna just be more comfortable at 41 now. I'm trying to come across hell at 140, so whoever want it, you know what I'm saying, come get it.
Yeah, I saw you put a tweet. It was something like, y'all gonna have a long day in hell if you think, you know, you're gonna touch some fighters up at 140. You know, I know that you want to fight all the top guys, right? And specifically the champions, right? Is there just kind of a fighter that appeals?
AI crazy, but they've been jumping lately too. Whole bunch of different stuff, man. I be laughing my ass off.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Speaking of, you know, I seen Jalil Hackett's Twitter. He was talking about what
somebody got to take the fall, and it ain't gonna be him. So, like, they owned up to it. Like, all right, we missed this. They owned up to it. It's like, but they just saying like, all right, we not gonna overturn it though. We're gonna, you know, apologize and give you your flowers, but you ain't gonna get what you want.
Drop your predictions below. Roach or Davis, who walks out with their hand raised. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss the breakdowns, the beef, and the brawls. Until next time, stay dangerous, stay dialed in, and stay undefeated.